Now, I will say last night, I came in here to check on them and give them more hay because I had brought them in early, and it was like 9 o'clock, and luckily the doors had been closed. I guess I didn't latch it, and Dolly had opened up the door and had wreaked havoc on this barn. It was torn to shreds. Everything was taken off the table. The little trolley thing was all the way over here. Like, all the shavings were everywhere. She was going nuts. All right, let's start with Miss Regina. She's like, where are we going? I was already outside today. It's getting a nice light, honey. Oh. Okay, so we've got to get like the front shot and then the side shot because the belly is so unreal on Regina. I mean, on both of them really, but from every angle, Regina is huge. So this is Regina. Now, y'all might have been following in February when we had Squirt. No, he was born in April. Okay, sorry, my whole timeline has been rocked. April when Squirt was born. So Karen and Regina both came from the same breeder. They came to me already bred. Regina is actually an ex-show horse, and like she's a Shetland and American miniature horse. She's registered AMHA, AMHR, and American Shetland horse, and so she showed, and then she was bred to a very, very high-end world champion class stallion. So I'm very excited. The baby could either be red or red pinto. I'm really hoping for a red pinto filly, but she is officially at 300 days today. With minis, you know, with the horses, if you watch my stuff, then you know we want them to make it to at least 320. It's kind of the same with minis, but it's not as big of a deal if they go earlier. So she's at day 300. We're okay with her having it here in a few weeks. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if she had it soon, but technically her due date is in August. But I figured we could go ahead and look at what she looks like now, look at her udder, her belly, her hip, all the things. So let's take a look. Okay, maybe I need to bring her out into this space that's like a little bit bigger. I'm not sure if you can really see. Maybe this is just a really narrow aisleway and she is not narrow. Hang out, Regina. Let us look at you, how wide you are. Okay? I know. We're exploiting you. Now, Dolly, we're not taking her anywhere, I promise, honey. The side shot. It is just, it's unreal, honestly. Like, she looks like an exercise ball is what she swallowed, and that you could just take a pin and just pop her. She's huge. So we did an ultrasound on her when she was like 80 days pregnant. All we saw was one baby. Just like with big horses, we do not want twins. Twins rarely come out healthy, rarely stay healthy. Usually one baby takes all the nutrients, essentially. A lot of the times they'll come out with some defects, that kind of thing. So that's not something we want. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she has twins in there. I know it's just like a funny saying, just for educational purposes, we don't want twins. But let's go ahead and take a look at her udder as well. Abigail, would you mind coming and holding her? Okay. Looking at the udders is a little, so she's got a good bit of edema under there. I've been giving her little bits of alfalfa just to start milk production. I don't give them a whole lot of grain yet. When they're making milk, I'll give them a little grain. They get a little bit of a ration balancer right now. And then I've noticed with Regina, it's a little different. Regina has tension in her tail. Like, she doesn't want me to pick it up. Just like my mares that are not close to foaling, they don't want me picking it up either. So that's as far as I can pick her tail up. And then I've noticed with Dolly, that's not quite the same. Her tail's always loose. And then we can go ahead and see that she's actually really loosening up back here. Like, that is so jiggly. With our mares, we do the same thing. As they get looser back here, that's the closer they are to foaling. Looking at her, I don't think we're making it to 330. I don't think we have another month. I think we might be having a July baby, but that's just me. Y'all can tell me what you think. Let's look at Dolly. Dolly, I think halter broke is a little bit of a stretch for Dolly. Okay. They're getting a little buddy sour. We might be doing the update back here. But this is Dolly. So Dolly and Regina are due around the same time. Let me get you square, honey. Can we just square up? That would be great. So I think I'm gonna have to have the farrier's coming out tomorrow. So when I got Dolly, she was having issues with this front right foot. And she's been pretty sound on it, honestly, until she got all the weight from the pregnancy. So I think I might put a little Equithane on it. So what happened was, so she was actually used to belong to Nate, and then she had Nate and Macy's little donkey Pretzel. Well, she went to another home, and they had some really wet property. And so her feet were in a lot of moisture for a really long time. And so that kind of caused some problems, especially on this right front one. And so there's been like a lot of tunneling in her hoof, and we've been trimming it really often, and it looks like she might need a little bit of Equithane because her sole is a little bit farther down. Now she hasn't foundered, okay? Like she has not foundered. There's no rotation, but her sole is just a little bit lower than her actual like hoof wall. So we might have to put a little Equithane on there to help her out. She's sounder than she used to be. This pregnancy is probably a little bit heavy for her, and I'm going to keep that in mind for the future. But she is, as of tomorrow, right at 11 months pregnant. So donkeys have an 11 to 14 month gestation. She's probably going to go at least 12 months. That's the norm for donkeys. Donkeys normally go 12 months, if not longer. Regina! That was rude. That was so rude. You did not have to do that. You've had your moment. Anyway, so Dolly probably has at least another month. Her like 12-month date is August 9th. So let me know what y'all think, but let's look at her belly and stuff. She looks like a Hershey's Kiss from the front. Look at her front. She looks like a Hershey's Kiss. She's so skinny up top and then just flares out in the belly. It is so wide, it's not even funny. And then donkeys don't get quite as big of udders going into foaling as the horses do. Excuse me, honey, I know. So she doesn't have much going on. Not much at all going on up there. This is my first donkey foal out. Her tail, super lax, like all the time. Like you can bend it up. That's not really an indicator. I have been told by fellow donkey lovers, breeders, that it's like so gross, but a better indication is like the color of like their vulva and like right on the inside of it. When it turns like red is when the foal's coming. And then obviously as they drop lower, just like with horses, maybe when they get a little softer around here, but she's pretty soft. Maybe not as soft as Regina. She doesn't have as much meat back here on her booty as Regina does. So I feel like Dolly, out of the two, is going to be the one that just like surprises one day, and we just have a baby. But we'll see. So I have been bringing her and Regina in every night for probably a month already. I normally wouldn't do that. Like I'd probably bring them in like starting now, but Dolly's not used to being in a stall, not used to being inside, not used to a routine, and it honestly took that whole month for her to get kind of used to coming in and being okay with it. And I wanted to make sure she was chill and used to this. And so we kind of started a little bit earlier. But okay, we've seen our pregnant ladies. Let me know what y'all think as far as due dates. Do you think we're going to have a little Jack or Jenny from Dolly? Do you think it's going to be spotted like Hank? Do you think Regina's going to have a filly or colt? Pinto, solid. I'm really, really excited. And before we leave, we're going to go outside and see. My mind is blown right now. We're going to go outside and play with the other baby horse that's here that I named so unfortunately. So out here is where our non-pregnant minis are. Karen, Squirt, Gretchen. Gretchen is my yearling. She's going through her gangly stage. Karen, who had Squirt in April. And that's crazy to me that he's only 3 months old. Minis to me grow so fast. It's not even funny. Like their height, they get their height so much quicker to me than full-grown horses do. Not full-grown, full-size horses do. So I figured we could just bask in his cuteness for a little bit. Look at them go. Leave her alone, Squirt. Leave her alone. Oh my gosh, he's so fast. Look at him. Can't even see it. Look at him, look at him. Look at how fast he's going. Oh, are we slowing down? Nope, absolutely not slowing down. Squirtle, what are you doing? You stepped on your toy. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at the dust. Look at the absolute, I don't want to get in your way. Look at the dust, hold on. As he comes around, I wish we could clock him right now and know how fast he's going. Squirt, you're putting on a show for us, is what you're doing. You look like you mean business. He says yes. He said, let me show you how fast I can go, actually. We need to see your turns too. Where'd you go? Oh, there he comes. Oh, wow. Fast boy. Oh, nice save. And Karen is just so unbothered by all of this. Don't overheat yourself, Squirt. Okay, I think we're stopping. Are we done? Yep, I think we're done. Finally. Just kidding. He came back for more. And drink of water? Do you need water? No, absolutely no water for him. He said water is for sissy boys and I am a racehorse. And he's gone.